Legal and ethical dimensions of sexuality, rights, regulations, and moral debates. Human sexuality is subject to various legal and ethical considerations that reflect the values, norms, and priorities of different societies. Understanding these dimensions involves examining the laws, regulations, and moral debates surrounding issues like consent, sexual rights, and the legal recognition of relationships. This exploration highlights the complexity of balancing individual rights with societal norms and ethical standards. Legal framework. Laws and regulations. Legal frameworks regarding sexuality vary widely across different societies, influenced by cultural, religious, and historical contexts. These laws govern various aspects of sexual behavior, rights, and relationships, and can include consent. Laws about sexual consent are fundamental in defining what constitutes lawful sexual activity. Age of consent laws, in particular, determine the legal age at which an individual can consent to sexual activities, aiming to protect minors from exploitation and abuse. The definition of consent itself is also crucial, emphasizing the need for clear, voluntary, and enthusiastic agreement. Sexual rights. Sexual rights encompass the rights of individuals to express their sexuality freely, without fear of discrimination, violence, or persecution. These rights include access to sexual health services, freedom from coercive or harmful practices, such as female genital mutilation or forced marriages, and the right to engage in consensual sexual activities. Legal recognition of these rights varies globally, with some countries enshrining them in law and others severely restricting them. Legal recognition of relationships. The legal recognition of various forms of relationships, including marriage, civil unions, and domestic partnerships, is another critical area. Legal recognition affects rights related to property, inheritance, child custody, and spousal support. The legalization of same-sex marriage in many countries marks a significant advancement in recognizing diverse relationships, though it remains a contentious issue in others. Ethical debates. Abortion. Abortion is one of the most polarizing ethical issues related to sexuality. Ethical debates center on the rights of the pregnant individual versus the rights of the fetus. Pro-choice advocates argue for the individual's right to bodily autonomy and the ability to make decisions about their reproductive health. Pro-life advocates, on the other hand, emphasize the right to life of the fetus, often influenced by religious and moral beliefs. These debates are reflected in the legal frameworks of different countries, which range from unrestricted access to abortion to complete bans. Assisted reproductive technologies. Art-assisted reproductive technologies, such as in vitro fertilization, IVF, surrogacy, and sperm-egg donation, raise numerous ethical questions. Issues include the rights of donors and surrogates, the welfare of the resulting children, and the implications of genetic selection and manipulation. Ethical considerations also involve access to these technologies, which can be restricted by legal regulations, cost, and societal attitudes towards non-traditional family structures. Sexual consent. The concept of sexual consent is crucial in ethical discussions about sexuality. Consent must be informed, voluntary, and revocable at any time. Ethical debates often focus on situations involving power imbalances, such as in relationships with significant age differences, authority dynamics, example, teacher-student, employer-employee, and contexts involving impairment due to substances. Addressing these complexities requires a nuanced understanding of consent that goes beyond legal definitions to consider ethical implications and individual autonomy. Intersection of legal and ethical dimensions. Balancing individual rights with societal norms. One of the central challenges in the legal and ethical dimensions of sexuality is balancing individual rights with societal norms and moral values. Laws and ethical standards must navigate the tension between respecting personal freedoms and protecting public interests. This balance is often contested, with ongoing debates about the appropriate limits of state intervention in private sexual matters. Impact of cultural and religious beliefs. Cultural and religious beliefs play a significant role in shaping both legal frameworks and ethical standards regarding sexuality. These beliefs influence societal attitudes and can lead to varying degrees of acceptance or condemnation of different sexual behaviors and identities. Understanding the impact of these beliefs is essential for developing inclusive and equitable legal and ethical standards. Conclusion. The legal and ethical dimensions of sexuality encompass a wide range of issues, from consent and sexual rights to the recognition of relationships and the moral debates surrounding reproductive technologies and abortion. These dimensions reflect the complex interplay between individual rights, societal norms, cultural values, and moral beliefs. Navigating these complexities requires a nuanced approach that respects individual autonomy while considering the broader societal context. Recognizing and addressing these legal and ethical considerations is crucial for promoting a just and inclusive understanding of human sexuality. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share and leave a comment. Thanks for listening. Madan Mohan, Global Humanity Mission.